Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Mackenzie. This is Mackie Readings, and today is going to be my July wrap-up. I have it in here, my reading journal, July. So for July, I was going to do the library reading challenge, and I messed up. This was for July and August that they're doing it. I kind of forgot. I thought it was just July. I didn't get a bingo, but I did check off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I checked off 9 boxes. Well, a nautical setting. I could have checked off 10, I think, actually. So I'm really happy with my reading in July. I ended up reading 6 books. I haven't figured out how many pages I read yet. I still have to do that. But 6 books is pretty good considering that's the most I've read in a month this year. So that's pretty awesome. Let's start with the book I didn't finish. Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune. And this is set in Tofino, which I was reading it in Tofino. Well, now I'm not, because I still have a little less than halfway, but I started reading it in Tofino. I have a picture, which I'll try and put up here. And I brought it because I thought it'd be super fun to read a book that would go with the library challenge and then read it in the place where it's set. But if you also have that same idea, the beginning chunk, she's not in Tofino, okay? She's at home in a different province. I forget where exactly. So maybe read that chunk before you get there, and then once you get there, read the Tofino chunk, which I think is going to be most of the book. The main characters go to places that my family and I went to when we were there camping. We went to Tofino Chocolate, or Chocolate Tofino, whatever the name is. We went there to get chocolate. Actually, we got ice cream. I did not get chocolate. We got ice cream, and it was phenomenal. I got hammerhead and pistachio. Oh, good combination. My boys got hammerhead and mango. They both got that. What did my daughter get? I think she got mango and maybe like, I have a picture of us eating ice cream. And I don't remember what Alex got either. I think he got a coffee one. Anyways, it was delicious, delicious ice cream. So good. And then to the Tofishian, the coffee place that's like right next door. We went there. I think they went there in the book too, or it was mentioned at least, but really good coffee. It was busy. I made the mistake one time of going there during August long weekend. Don't do that if you're going. That was wild. I read 2 books from Kindle Unlimited. They were Morning Glory Milking Farm, and then the second book from his point of view, Blue Ribbon Romance. These are by C.M. Nascosta. I rated Morning Glory Milking Farm a 3, and I rated Blue Ribbon Romance a 2.5. I might have to do Blue Ribbon Romance like a 2 and the other one a 3. But I don't know. So Morning Glory Milking Farm is not for children. It is not. If you're reading it, make sure they cannot see what you're reading or like read over your shoulder, okay? If you're reading that, move your e-reader far away from where anyone else can see it. Don't read it on the train, okay? Don't read it in public transit. Just read it at home. These are my thoughts. Wasn't sure what to expect fully. I like the concept of the town where there are many types of species. It's a silly premise that I thought was well written and interesting. I wanted the main girl to succeed. It's a Minotaur human romance, okay? For Blue Ribbon Romance, I wrote Rourke's POV to Morning Glory Milking Farm. Definitely raunchier than the first book. There wasn't as much world building. It gave some interesting insight though that was missed in the first one, which is why I appreciated having that insight that the main character didn't have, because when you read the first book, everything you know is from what she's told, hi Nora, or her perspective, so you're missing pieces that kind of got filled in the second book. I knew reading it was erotica. It wasn't, no, it was Mom, don't read this book, okay? Well, but like it wasn't as bad as like some books I've read have been really weird, okay? Sometimes it's just fun to see a premise and you're like, what even is that, okay? What am I gonna read? And then you read it and you're just kind of like, that was really weird. Sometimes it's just fun to do that. And I think I did that a lot last year or the year before, where I would just find the weirdest book I could and read it. It was fun. It was entertaining, okay? But I kind of wish the series wasn't erotica and she delved more into the town and having different species living there. I thought that was pretty cool. I only read one manga in July and it was Takane and Hana. See, is it Takane and Hana or is it Hana? It was volume 3 and these are fun. I'm kind of like, eh. There's a decade difference between them. It's not like romance, you know? There is an age gap, kind of creeps me out a little, but there's no romance between them yet. Maybe by the end of the series there will be, but as of right now in volume 3, there's not. Okay, there's flirting and stuff, but no romance. And my thoughts I wrote were, silly and cute, age gap freaks me out, though if I think about it, but there's no romance between them yet, ... Oh, cool. That's basically what I just said. I also finished The Wicked Sea by Jordan Stephanie Gray. This cover is gorgeous. The edges are gorgeous. Everything about this edition is just beautiful. And this is just the normal edition I got from the store. I really love it. I rated this 4 stars. I was thinking, did I do 4.5? I was thinking about doing 4.5. Honestly, I really liked it. I did get a little bit distracted for a period, but I think it's because I was partway through and then went camping. So, yeah. And I wrote for this one, the prologue was gripping. Wow, that ending was one hell of a cliffhanger. That's not really a spoiler. The story slowed for a little, but for the most part I was interested in Zephyra and Orion and the doomed quest they were on. The last book I finished in July was Bloodguard, and I've been reading this for a really long time. I was buddy reading with Amber, and I'm done the book. Yes, it looks really cool. Oh. Anyways, back into Bloodguard. I liked it, and then I hated it, and then I didn't care, and then I liked it, and then now I'm just neutral. But I rated it 4 stars, which is silly because I rated them both 4 stars. I shouldn't have rated them both 4. 4, maybe 4.5, 4.75. This one's fun. So it's like gladiator themed. You know, I am so conflicted. Okay. It's gladiator theme. He goes and he's trying to make money to send to his family. And if you win 3 battles, I think you get a Bloodguard thing and then you become Bloodguard. He's trying to be Bloodguard. And then there's also the princess in here who is trying to become a queen. And she strikes a deal with the main guy who's trying to be Bloodguard, Leith. Leith and Maeve. I had to force myself to read like the middle chunk, and then it picked up again, and then I just flew through the ending of the book and I read it and I liked it. So I don't know if that's just a me thing or if the pacing's wrong or like I just took too long to read the book and didn't care as much anymore. But the ending was really good. Really liked the ending. Really liked the beginning. Do not remember the middle. Yeah, I really had to force myself to pick up and read this book for a while. But then it ended strong. But I will not continue the series, I don't think. I think this is it for me. If there's a second book, I probably won't read it. I'll probably take this to the little free library down the road. Yeah, so those were the books I read in July. And now, why I filled so many squares when I only read, like finished one water-themed book. So the squares I clicked off were take some time and look at the sea, sing along to a sea shanty, or enjoy some nautical music. We went camping a couple times in July, 2 times, and one of those times we were listening to sea shanties with our friends. And then Alex changed the playlist. Eat a dish made with something from the sea. I had salmon a few times in July. Read a book, and seaweed. Read a book with a boat, kayak, ship, canoe, or other water vessel in it. There's a boat. And they said you could use one book for multiple squares. Identify something you found at the beach, like seaweed, seashell, or critter. We found a cool looking crab and we identified it. Read a book that features an island. I checked that off. It was for Our Perfect Storm. I didn't finish that book, but I'm not going to submit this to the library. I don't think. It was just for fun. But there is an island in here. Read a book with water on the cover. Read a book with water on the cover. Read on a beach, on a water vessel, or in the tub without wrecking the book. I read on the beach, and I also read in the bathtub. And then the last one was read a book with ocean, marine, or sea in the title. And I did that. So those are the ones I checked off. And then these are my reading stats, and I've really enjoyed making these pages. I've been having a lot of fun. This is all the things from Storygraph, and I just write it down and then glue it in here. So I have the moods: lighthearted, funny, emotional, mysterious, adventurous. I have the genres: romance, fantasy, erotica, manga. All of my books were romance. And my favorite book was The Wicked Sea. My least favorite was Blue Ribbon Romance. So thank you for watching my July wrap up. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.